start recording. So anyhow, welcome. This is the Flagler Weather Info look at the week's weather ahead. So what's going to be going on as we go through the rest of the weekend and into next week. So first thing we're going to talk about is there's going to be an increased potential for strong or severe storms tomorrow, and right now it's a very minimal chance. So basically what it means is anywhere in this dark green area here, or this gray, this kind of brown colored area here, there is a chance of seeing wind gusts greater than 58 miles per hour with any severe thunderstorms. Also, there's a low potential of getting some small hail. The odd tornado cannot be ruled out, but it doesn't mean that everywhere in this dark area is going to see that. It means that somewhere in this dark area, you're probably going to see a couple severe thunderstorms someplace. Don't know exactly where they're going to form, and this is for tomorrow, but we're right on the edge of that, so I just want to make sure everyone's aware. Looks like that the best chances for thunderstorms tomorrow are going to be in the western or inland parts of Flagler County. So let's go ahead and get right into the air quality now, because we've been watching that lately, and so the air quality as we get into the summer months sometimes gets a little challenging around here. As of 7 o'clock this evening, it was measured as good, but we're expecting moderate air quality tomorrow, for the rest of today rather, and then tomorrow. So that's, and sometimes depending how much humidity and the way the wind blows and all that stuff, sometimes we can actually get up into the high levels. But right now we're looking at moderate air quality as we go through the next 24 hours or so. And if this ever gets up higher, we will generally post information on that. So quick look at the tropics right now. We don't see anything out there of any concern. Taking a look at the satellite imagery now, we caught this image just before sunset out in the central Atlantic. It's kind of hard to see, but if you notice some like gray mixed in right here with this tropical wave, and there'll be lots of tropical waves that move through. So if you see anyone talking about them on the news, don't really get excited about them. There's dozens of them, and they even happen outside of the hurricane season. So and they go on all year round. And if you see in here, you see this kind of gray area, that's African dust. And dust is one of those things that helps mitigate or helps suppress tropical cyclone development. So, and it's not uncommon to get African dust blowing across this time of year. So that is definitely one of those things that could help keep the switch pushed off on tropical cyclone development. And of course, if you look at any of the long range models, who doesn't? They're fun to look at. You might see, there's a storm going to be spinning up 3 weeks from now, whatever. Well, models do that a lot. So just don't really worry about that unless the National Hurricane Center, unless you see it on this map here, that something's going on. You don't really have to be worried at all with the tropics. So our quick look at the forecast ahead. So if you just don't have a whole lot of time, need to jump out. So it looks like we're going to be running with a chance of showers and thunderstorms each day. More so as we get into the middle part of the week. It looks to be more active than highs averaging right near 90 degrees, lows near 70 at night. And it might actually get a little bit unsettled middle part of the week. We'll get into the more details of that in just a minute. Just a reminder that you can get severe weather notices sent straight to you. You can get a phone call by signing up for Alert Flagler, flaglercounty.gov/alertflagler. Free to sign up. You can pick and choose what warnings and things you want to get notified of. Also, if there's ever any emergency evacuations, you'll get notified. If the sheriff's office puts a notice out saying, hey, this bad guy running around out here, you'll get those notices too. Free to sign up. Go do it. So let's take a look at why things are happening. So we have a stalled front to the north of us here. Where's my mouse? I lost my mouse. There it is. And that front's going to kind of wander a little bit to the south. We have moisture. We have some upper level disturbances moving through. That's going to help kick off the showers and thunderstorms here. And this front is forecast to generally stay north of us, but it might creep a little bit south here as low pressure moves along it through the mid-south. So what does that mean for our forecast? For tomorrow and Monday, it's going to be generally starting sunny as each day starts up. Maybe some puffy clouds developing. But afternoon storms or evening storms can be expected. One or two of those could be strong, but at least right now we think those are going to focus more so in the western part of the county. So generally eastern parts of the county, you could still get a shower or storm, but the better chances of getting wet are going to be out here in Daytona North, Mondex, Andalusia, Lake Diston, Cody's Corner. points west of Bunnell. That's where we're going to see a better chances of getting rain because the sea breeze should keep the showers and storms generally inland, but you could get one that makes it back to the coast. So we can't rule that out on the beaches or the east of US 1. But generally, the better chances of getting showers and storms are going to be west of Bunnell. Now, as we go into Thursday through Friday, the wind pattern is going to change a little bit. So we're going to see a chance of showers and storms. Some days better than others, but a decent chance of a shower or storm each day for the entire county. And again, just remember that these storms can be hit or miss. So your friends a few miles down the road might get a good downpour, and where you are might just hear the thunder and get a few drops of rain. Then the next day, you'll get your downpour, and your friend will miss it. So we're getting kind of, that rainy season's trying to get kicked off here. Better chance of showers and storms. Of course, anytime we got thunderstorms, the odd one could be strong. And we're also seeing signals from the National Weather Service, especially Tuesday, Wednesday, we could possibly see some late night showers blowing in off the ocean or developing and moving across the area. High temperatures near 90, look for lows 65 to 70, warmer at the beaches. Now, going into our long range forecast, how things look as we wrap up the month of May, going into June. So on the average, expect above normal temperatures, not way above normal, but above normal temperatures, and we can expect above normal precipitation. Now going into the longer range, we're looking at still above normal temperatures and above normal precipitation. That gets us into the first week of June. Now going even longer, long range, this gets us into the middle part of June. Look for average temperatures across the southeast, including Flagler County, and above normal precipitation. It does not mean that every day is going to be a washout, but on the average, if you were to average the weather for June 7th to June 20th, you'll probably be a little wetter than normal. That's all that means. It does not mean washout by any stretch. So it does look like that things are going to be active in the southeast. Now, speaking of active, let's talk about wildfires. We were down to just one fire, but we picked up a few now. So we've got 3 that are being monitored by the Florida Forest Service. And I know they had a couple of lightning strike fires out here today, too. And those might not be on the map yet. So we do have a couple. Actually, I think these are the lightning strike fires. So we had a couple of them out there. They've been contained. Florida Forest Service is watching those. And it could be a few others that crop up with the thunderstorms, but we're not expecting any massive problems with wildfires, at least right now. But we are watching things because we do have that a heightened risk for significant wildfires through the month of June. And looking at our drought index right now, we are drying back out once again. We are up to 447. Remember, when we get over 500, it's usually when those burn bans come into force. Now, again, we're not saying there will be one. That is up to the fire services and the emergency management to decide. But usually 500 is that threshold, and we are drying out. Some parts of the southwest part of Flagler County are well over 500 right now. Overall fire danger has been moderate, according to the Florida Forest Service. So at the beaches, surf 2 to 3 feet. Surf temperature, it's nice now, 78 degrees. You're getting at the ocean. Boy, it came up pretty quickly, didn't it? But watch out for the rip currents. Your rip current risk is moderate out there, so make sure you know what you're doing before you get out into the ocean. UV index is very high. So this is going to wrap things up. And again, if you just came in and you've missed the broadcast, you can rewind it to catch the forecast and all the details and the tropical update, which are at the top of the broadcast here. So everybody out there, have a great evening. Have a great rest of the weekend. Please remember those who gave their all for Memorial Day. That's when we remember those who fell in service of our country, and we will always take and remember them. So, and they will not be forgotten. So that's going to wrap it up. Everybody out there, have a great weekend and enjoy the week ahead. We'll likely be back maybe Wednesday or so with an update. Bye-bye now.